Give me a second. I'm gonna go raise your voices because Discord likes to apparently be quiet every time.
No, that's fine. And you said it.
Kyle, I took that quiz, Megan. Apparently, I'm 78.9% like Earthworm Jim.
75.8. What?
I'm done with like Sherlock Holmes bullshit here. I'm taking that quiz.
What else did it give me?
Also, my game.
Tammy's in here.
I am here.
It
Oh
gave
my god!
It gave me 76.9% like Stewie Griffin.
The fuck?
Rather unfortunate.
Who else did it give me? Gave me
Oh, by the way.
76.3% of Mrs. Lovett from Sweeney Todd.
By the way, I forgot we're live.
76% like Freddy Krueger?
What the fuck? What? Are you serious?
75.8% like Michael Scott from The Office.
Oh my god.
That's true. I am very
Yeah.
much Michael Scott.
Fair
75.6% like Cookie Monster.
Oh, I forgot. We've been live all this time, so people heard that too.
This is great. No, I don't care. This is hilarious. Oh, it
what's-
gave me someone from Tokyo Mew Mew.
Oh, interesting.
Interesting.
74.6% like Nick Miller from New Girl. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. Not Nick Miller. 70.3% like Raz from Psychonauts. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, okay. This is hilarious though. Oh shit. Wait, what? What was that last one? Did they just say I'm 78% like Norman Bates from Psycho?
Oh god, no! That's unfortunate.
Like Psycho killers now, and now I'm scared. Okay. Cammy, do you wanna take over Susato?
Sure.
Because I had to last stream you weren't here. So all Susato, Gina, and Paris are all in this, so we can kind of fiddle around a little bit. But I really enjoy doing Gina. I love her.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Alright, Mr. Detective Shlomes.
Shaloms.
Oh boy.
I don't know what happens here. I don't
It's
know. Are
too-
we doing a dance of
it's-
deduction? Because I don't have evidence to prove much.
I mean, strictly speaking, you don't need evidence for the answer production. You just need to
Ah. Ah, crap. Okay, well. Alright, let's see who has the brain cell today.
Alright. Well, Mr. Strong, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
Where the blue blazes have you been, eh?
Pardon?
When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help her. Straight away, not later.
Oh, are you okay? Ouch, harsh.
Oh, this asshole.
Oh, this is Kyle, I think, right?
Oh,
Kyle's-
Yes.
Is a-
And who, pray tell, are you?
Oh, cool. Kyle's talking to himself.
Hooray!
Look at that name, Kenny.
Egbert Benedict, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I love it.
It's so good. Such a good name.
in my eyes, a veritable encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn.
I beg your pardon.
The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. With several crimes in contemplation, one you orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions?
How?
Wow, he's turned white. He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg.
It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction.
Just who do you think you are, sir?
Ah, yes, as I hoped. That's precisely the pained expression I was looking for.
Oh no. Oh no, it's beginning.
God.
Oh no! No!
So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
Oh, we knew a
Alright,
dance
begin.
deduction was coming. We knew
No,
it was
it
coming.
begins.
The game is
Alright.
afoot.
Mystery man. Head name. Alright.
First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket back here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff-mounted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction.
What utter rot! I've had this cane for years.
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. The end of any walking cane would be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of the stick to be utterly bare.
I don't think you need specialized goggles to know that, Mr. Sholmes.
He looks really weird with his goggles on, low key.
He does, honestly.
Therefore, there is only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all.
Ooh, I noticed something.
No, I do too.
You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused.
Oh my.
Sherlock
What
was
wa-
aroused.
No, Pam!
Over there.
You guys know I can't make it a stream without making a sex joke, right?
Oh, I
Oh!
know.
Oh,
aware.
sorry, I didn't do this right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Forgot about that.
Okay, continue on. I had to.
What walking cane demands such a stout handle, Beebs die? But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. Is the broken handle of a shovel.
Are you insane?
And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment at this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises.
Okay.
Well. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime.
I don't think that's right.
Gee, you don't say.
Alright, here's the second topic. Great crime. Oh no. Alright, what logic do we have now?
Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground with this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there's ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, but your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let's consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And, according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewage works, beneath this shop runs a sewer that joins another, one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road.
This madness has entered the sewers now, has it?
By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway. That flows in very close proximity to the great vaults of the financial institution opposite.
What are you?
In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of the underground tunnels.
Master plan?
Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With what plunder did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank?
Are you quite serious?
Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know.
A postcard of the Great Exhibition?
I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete the centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank on the other side of this road. pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits at the vault of that bank. The special reserve funds for the great exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please.
So why the hell did you go through that?
Because it's Herlock shows he does what he pleases.
Ah, my brain!
Thus concludes Herlock Sholm's great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle.
Yeah. Okay.
Mr. Shlomes.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo? An impressively upbeat deduction for a detective wrapped with loneliness. Would you not agree?
Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and what it has in its vault?
Indeed. Though few know of its existence, it's one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me in the strictest confidence.
But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact.
Ah,
And if that's such a big secret, how would Mr. Medic have come to find out about it?
there can be but one explanation for that. Clearly, it's because the man is a criminal.
What if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret.
Oh.
Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Winterbank will. He already has plenty of shovels here after all. Oh my life, I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous.
Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out.
Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Shlomes.
An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea!
Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure.
Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again and see if we can massage it into shape.
Sure, be fucking crazy.
Poor Gina's probably just standing there, just looking at him like he's a total idiot.
Don't forget, she's about to watch him be an idiot while dancing around a pawn shop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, like,
pretty much.
everyone else is like accustomed to it, but Gina Lestrade, she's probably like, I'm just gonna take this and go.
No,
Hey, wait, you get back here!
I come from. Yeah, you get used
No, you can't leave. Go sit over there.
What's it over?
No,
Shut
Go
up.
sit over there.
Gina's freaking out, and everyone else just looks at her like, first time, kid.
Is this your first time, lad?
This is your
I'll
first
tell you.
time with Herlock Sholmes.
Ah, I remember my first time. It was
I
not
was
fun.
24 years old.
It was not fun.
Imaginary beard. Strokes imaginary beard.
Oh no. Alright, well, here we go.
Alright, hope you brought your brain cells.
I did not.
I also did not.
Course correction! Hold it, Mr. Slomes! No, that's wrong! Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna go auto for this.
Andrew, looks like brain cell being designed on you.
I'm gonna go auto play this for a second. So, by Mr. Shlom's reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so he could dig down through the floor.
Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he?
No, I think that it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is, where, and what did Mr. Benedict bring here at this particular point in time?
Certainly is a flyer for Mr. Windenbang's shop.
Let's see. Windenbank wants you! Pawnbroker's assistant required. It's an eye-catching advertisement, that's for sure.
Seen the same flyer up here inside the shop, I think. Perhaps Mr. Windenbank is always in need of more staff.
So Mr. Benedict came here to apply for a job? That's just too hard to believe. Okay, what else are you hiding? That's a proper English gentleman's cane, isn't it? Look at its beautifully polished brass on the handle.
Yes, but Mr. Sholmes is right. It's not the sort of handle you usually see on a cane.
Perhaps it's the latest London fashion? I mean, that's just guesswork, of course.
Perhaps you could adopt a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. It might rather suit you.
I have a feeling I might argue with the sword around my waist. Okay, so... it's a stylish ass. That suck-top hat is whiter than white. Only English gentlemen could hope to carry off something so bright.
It looks oh my god, I can't read that word.
Incongruous?
Incongruous? Incongruous?
Yes. Incongruous?
Hold up, I'm gonna
That's
Google
not-
translate this shit.
I don't feel like that's right.
I don't think that's right
Um,
either.
Oh, it means not in harmony or keeping with the surroundings of other or something.
Basically, it
That's such
doesn't
a big
look right.
word.
It's incongruous. That's what the Google
Incongruous? So incongruous, yeah.
Yeah.
It looks
is a
so
big
that
word.
word. It looks so
is a
that
big
word. That is a big word.
Ace Attorney, what the frick, man? Anyways. But it looks so incongruous with the black overcoat, don't you think?
Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, that's just guesswork, of course.
How about it, Mr. Naruhodo? I think you'd look very fetching in a white top hat.
Well, you know, I think it might look rather incongruous with my black university uniform, so... Okay, what else we got here? So, why is he...
Oh, wait. What is that on the back?
Ah...
Oh. Look at all the scribbled notes in the back of the flyer here.
I don't believe it!
What is it?
Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Green cap, scuffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade.
Goodness.
There's even a sketch of her hat and all. Although if she showed it to her...
That sketch is absolutely hilarious.
Although, if she had showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure.
And look, the details of this shop have been written down here too as well. Windenbank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline 15th April.
Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of the piece of paper?
Huh.
Well, I mean, clearly, yes. I'm pretty sure that's what brought him in the first place, I think.
Take that!
I just
No,
saw
that's
that
wrong!
sketch on the back, and I was like, huh. Weird.
Yes, what brought you here to the shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade.
Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertaining to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Winterberg's pawnbrokery here.
You originally told us that you were merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you.
But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie.
It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here to Windenbank's pawnbrokery at the redemption deadline of that overcoat.
So, you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. And you have gone some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive. This is
I forgot.
I feel like I already know what it is.
What's a fair rule?
The metal cap commonly found on the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo.
Ah, the bit that makes that nice clacking sound on the pavement.
Yes, exactly, and Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing on this cane.
But it doesn't actually look broken, does it?
No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious.
In other words, there's something secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know.
It's a sword.
Oh, no shit. Look over here, Mrs. Otto. There's some letters on the handle.
Ah, yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first initials of their names.
So Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean?
That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously... Oh,
A G? Why does this feel as though that's not quite right? Oh, it's totally the hat again. No, I'm kidding. I'm pretty sure it's this.
Take that!
No, that's wrong! The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing.
A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Eggert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet, in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree?
No, you're wrong. This cane isn't.
You said it before that you had your cane for years. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park.
In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong?
Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him.
but we don't know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade's from a written description. Which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue.
So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him.
Oh, the seam on the shoulder there is coming apart. Look.
So it is.
You know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded a bit like a tiny growl. But now I think it was probably the sound of the seam ripping open.
If you look closely, it does seem to be very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting, and you wouldn't have a hope of fastening it at the front. If you were to run around with it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart.
I'd like to see.
Sorry?
So, how can we make Mr. Benedict run around?
She's really giving this some thought. Take that! No, that's wrong! The split seam, which she evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see.
Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit.
Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart.
My suspicions were aroused from the outset.
You, stop being horny.
When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. This catalogue of untruths has all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Winterbank. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. Oh.
To abscond with a redeemed item. God, these are big words that we're using. Okay. I'm gonna quickly pause for a second. Hold on, it looks like I got a call.
No, probably no.
Okay. Well, we're going on pause, so I'll be right back. have returned. Things have sort of ironed themselves out, so we'll continue. For now, at least.
Alright.
Okay, now we're going with the crime. Oh, okay, sorry, there's
Oh,
this
wait.
text I forgot.
Oh.
You want to read that first part then? Oh, the very you suggest that
uh,
I...
This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to fetch some laundry article with pawnage. What the hell is that sentence? Like, I get slang and all that, but what?
Some twaddly article of pawnage. If you remove the A, it's ponage. If you remove the A's, it's
Goddammit.
ponage. Anyway.
Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword?
What was that?
Oh,
What
right.
is with guy? Like, there's being dramatic and there's being whatever this dude is.
Let's not question it.
Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place, how could I possibly have known the relevant details? N'est-ce pas? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, your further glance is more telling than I could have hoped. There you go.
That's new text. That be indeed new text, Kyle.
Oh boy. Let's consider how one might have come to learn a secret watchword related to the pawned property of another. The method is revealed by the council notes. Okay, there we go.
The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think.
Yes, no more talk of tunneling into sewers, which is a pity because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't really deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword.
Yes, Professor. If you didn't know that word, Mr. Windenbank would never allow you to redeem the article.
Or looking at it another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Windenbeck would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword somehow? Look at this, Mrs. Sato.
Ah, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Windenbank has scribbled to himself.
Let's see, what does it say? Oh, Professor. Mr. Windenbeck must take a note of watchwords for his customers give right before their eyes. And an alarmingly clear script as well.
Oh, dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see?
Well, would you look at that? So convenient.
There's a skull in the corner.
No, that's wrong. The method was revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn.
Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword, and notes down the response uttered on a notelet he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger, and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker.
But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages.
What are you talking about?
It is increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade.
In all likelihood, you followed her inside, then observed her talking to Mr. Windenbeck.
The diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is his common practice.
You observed him writing down the word professor on the notelet beside the ledger.
And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Which brings us at last to...
Hello? Oh yeah, this is kind of repetition.
This isn't repetition though.
Oh no, it isn't.
Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker?
Are you quite serious?
For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence.
The articles we're talking about here are the overcoat and the music. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of the pockets.
Which, according to Mr. Windenbank, isn't even worth a penny.
And yet this man still went through such great lengths to steal them. Why?
I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo.
Could we? What? I better have a thorough look through all the evidence we've collected so far. You mean the only two pieces of evidence that we have? Oh yes, it's definitely the R band. Oh, interesting.
Or McGilded? Wait. What?
Hold on. Let's go keep going through this.
Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck onto the reverse side of the disc. Look. And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. Or McGilded.
McGilded? It couldn't be.
But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget as long as I live.
But why? Why is this name like this? Music box, this has been updated. I'll let the blood stain for a sec. Look at all the little bumps on the disc. They're so tiny.
Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the cone to make notes. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood.
Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Egbert Benedict.
When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger.
Ouch, just thinking about that hurts. It puts me off eating radish. Okay.
Take that!
No, that's wrong!
What? Quoting Green.
You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know.
What's that? On the back. It reads, for McGilded.
Oh no, not this man.
Ah, Mr. Magnus McGilded. The unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his loan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Perhaps a subordinate?
Mr. McGillard was a man of unusually small stature, in fact, he was precisely the right size for that overcoat you squeezed yourself into.
true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Egg Benedict. But the final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today
That. Solved.
Hooray.
Deduction complete. Yay!
You did it. Hooray.
Deduction is complete.
Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances.
Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind.
Pray tell, Mr. Sato.
Well, according to what Mr. Windenbang told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today's the 15th of April, so 2 months ago today would have been the 15th of February, sir, that's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m. I see. But what? But that suggests...
Yes, 15th February.
Is
It was
precisely the day in which... Is precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place.
And 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence.
Still not talking, I see.
You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However...
Oh!
I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box.
What did I do? There's some things a man must protect at all costs. This may be one of those things. Then again, it may not. Mr. Windenbang, is more sure. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen, I should have to take my own life. Mr. Windenbang, no!
Again!
Alright, that's enough. Oh, it's Inspector Gregson!
Hey! Inspector?
I forgot who did Gregson.
I think it was Cammy, wasn't it?
I think it was also me.
Yeah, it was Cammy.
That's right. Alright. That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised on one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh?
Oh, praise be, you're here at last! I was a moment away from forfeiting my own life at my very own establishment. He's still pointing the gun at me. Oh.
Okay.
It would seem you have the upper hand.
You all have some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered about with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Windenbang very nearly met his end. Yeah, by his own gun, as far as I can tell.
Oh dear.
And the whole of Britain could meet it with its end if I don't get to the bottom of this case I'm supposed to be working on.
What? What on earth is the case, Inspector?
Spare no detail, Vixen.
I might have said a little bit too much. No matter. It's something like to do with you lot. Oh.
Oh.
His coat is white.
Yeah, his weight again. He took off
Yeah,
the coat.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
because you were there last week. He was wearing different. He was wearing this coat before, and then he took a different coat from Gina.
Yeah,
Oh,
'cause
okay.
Gina came by to like grab something and she took the coat and then he came along and he's like, no, it's mine. And Gina's like, no, it's mine. So,
Okay. I understand now. I'm like, didn't he just have like a black coat on? Like just? Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station.
But of
Oh, no, it's
course,
the-
Inspector.
Oh no, it's the infinite fish and chips again.
oh dear God.
Oh, he's getting away! Get off! Get after them, lads! This is the beat officer too. Sir!
Okay.
He ran away. He got away safe. He's been getting away. He got away safely.
There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. So we fit in emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble.
Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed.
Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning,
Oh, yes.
I'll be taking that whatever it is of McGilded's down to the yard. Thank you very much. So hand it over.
Oh, yes, of course.
Don't give it to him. It's mine. That is mine.
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken in as evidence now.
As evidence.
If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector.
And so we handed Mr. McGilda's disc over to Inspector Gregson. And we were similarly turfed the shop and onto the street.
So gonna give it to be continued? Yep, there it is.
Wow. Okay, that was just one entire portion of it. That was okay.
We could probably continue. I mean,
It's a
for
yeah,
most of
it's
that
a part.
time
It
we
looks.
were-
It said part 1. This is part 2 of investigation apparently.
Yeah, so we can
Uh,
probably continue a little bit. See? That's why grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you.
Oh, really, Mr. Strahd? Tell me, is that overcoat keeping you warm?
What?
Why? Surely you were given that.
Yeah, they do let me keep it. After I looked daggers at him for long enough. He ran through the pockets and said, "Go on then, have it," before telling me to scalper. Always pays off. Giving people a look like you ate them.
I can't help but feeling that's going to get you into serious trouble one day.
What I really wanted was a nice, shiny disc mind.
Music box disc.
But Mr. Windenbach said it was practically worthless.
I think I'm gonna have another bash. Give him a long, hard stare.
I think not, Mr. Strong. We shan't enter Winterbanks again today.
Why not? It's not fair.
It can't be helped, I'm afraid. The police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Winterbank.
But that disc's mine. I had the ticket for this coat, and it was in this coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what the rotten cub said, ain't it?
Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he?
Well then, that's mine too. Whatever it is.
Now she's really pushing her luck.
Mr. Strong, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day.
Yeah, and it's all your fault, Shrooms.
So, what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening?
Eh?
Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital.
Found your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something? And she's gone.
Oh,
there you go.
dear. She's gone.
Having reviled him quite unnecessarily, I might add.
I can't help wondering if perhaps she might turn up anyway.
Interesting.
Once she's had a chance to calm down, I think there's a good chance she'll decide to come.
Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing.
Huh.
I should be glad of your company later, too.
Sorry?
I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you.
Oh, how exciting. What is it?
You shall have to wait and see, Mr. Sato. Until then,
Oh, he's gone. Okay, where are we going now? We can't go back. Okay, where are we going? I guess we're going back to my office. Oh, no, never mind. I guess we're not.
Maybe you're going
Maybe-
to Shrooms.
Let's go examine the area. I haven't... is there anything actually interesting? It's already been 2 months since we started taking lodgings about Mr. Shlom's office. I still can't quite believe it. I never expected things to turn out like this.
Oh, I know! To be actually sharing accommodation with the world's greatest detective? If I ever find myself before a court of law now, I will have not one regret.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I'd be happy to defend you, of course. Okay, I guess we're going to Shlom's. Three hours later. Ah, there you go!
Okay, Cammy, so this is where we'll switch, because I know you love Iris.
If you want to do Iris, you can.
I don't really care, it's up to you. You can either stay with Susato, or you can be Iris, I don't really care.
I'll do Iris.
Not a fight there!
Not a fight. I love her. She's so cute.
cheers.
She is.
Ah, Susie and Runo, come on in. Come in.
Good afternoon, Iris.
Thank you so much for breakfast this morning.
Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already.
Busy as always.
I'm preparing everything for dinner this evening.
Already? You're obviously cooking up something special, aren't you?
Oh yes, after all, we have a special guest joining us. Guess who it is? Go on. You'll never guess.
Look at those little eyes of hers shining.
dear. Pretty answer, isn't it?
It's Ginny! Isn't that exciting?
Cool. Nice. It's wonderful news.
Cameron, you're cutting out a bit. on the
Yeah,
end.
because I made this really.
Oh, okay,
Um,
fair enough. Unsensitive.
Surprise. Wonderful news.
Yeah.
Doing computer. Hold on. Just give.
It's okay, I'm gonna go look at the court record then.
Okay, am I good now?
Yeah, try reading the line again.
Oh, what a surprise. Yes, that's wonderful news.
Yeah, that's better.
It's still cutting out, but it's better.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I haven't touched anything, so.
Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea.
Can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional.
Oh,
I
yes,
know.
Oh yes, that does sound like fun.
I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate. Are you Mr. Naruhodo?
By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Shalom's up to?
Early? Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back.
Hello, Mr. Shaloms.
I beg that you won't speak to me.
Sorry.
I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here.
I don't know how to respond to that.
What? Is Sherlock okay?
I don't think so.
No.
I do
No, I don't
apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Yes, I see.
Really, he behaves just like a child sometimes, Hurley does.
Shelms and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they?
Yes, except Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder where her real parents are.
What's the matter, Runo? You have ever such a funny look on your face.
Oh, no, it's not.
I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes, you're wondering? Am I right?
How did you?
Oh, Runo, I can read you like a book.
Ugh, this cereal is dangerous.
Don't worry, you can ask me anything. I don't mind.
Okay, well, if you insist. So, by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilda case two months ago, right?
Yes. Who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although, after the trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. And now we're the best of friends.
What? Oh,
I heard mixed words there.
I said, haha, hee hee, what a lovely tale.
There you go.
Yes, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can.
That's not a reaction of a friend.
That's not friendship, Iris.
I chase her down after her. Wait a minute. And I chase after her down the back alleys. That's not the right sentence.
That's not
no.
friendship, Iris.
That's an interesting idea of friendship.
And then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I've developed.
Oh.
There are many beautiful colors in the world. Ginny wants to make me make a whole rainbow.
I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you?
Yes, that's right. I got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot it with it now.
Poor Curly.
Oh, I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I'm so excited.
I just hope she actually does come.
I'm sure you've been wondering why it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you?
Well, it has crossed my mind. That and, where are your real parents?
My mommy and daddy aren't with me anymore.
Oh.
Mommy
Oh.
passed away when I was born. And around the same time, my father... Well, he had to go to a faraway land because one of the cases he and Hurley were working on...
Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say he and Hurley?
Yes! Daddy and Hurley were always solving mystery cases together.
She didn't mention that before.
He wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in that metal chest over there.
Really? He recorded them all?
So, I mean, it's true. Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases?
Yes, I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it?
So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father?
Exactly. Hurley told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest. But that only made me want to look even more, so I opened it up.
Also, I just noticed her bag just now. Oh, it's so adorable!
Oh, like the little charms.
Yeah. Oh, it's so adorable. And
If you look closely at it, you can see that the little bunny is wearing Herlock's outfit and the little
Yeah.
panda is wearing Iris's outfit.
I know, it's so cute. Oh my god.
And found your father's memoirs.
Yes, so I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. But then he told me that's when I found out the author of all those accounts was my father.
Cyrus's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner.
Uh-huh.
I practically lived with Hurley all my life. I was tiny when he took me in. So it came as quite a shock when Hurley told me he wasn't really my daddy, I mean.
It must have done.
I wonder why Mr. Sholmes at such a young age.
Hurley says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me. Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways have rubbed off on me. There are some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes.
Right.
Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. That's what inspired me to write The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, actually.
I always assumed that Mr. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories.
No, Hurley's hopeless like that.
Oh my
He-
god.
He forgets everything as soon as he's solved a case. It all but vanishes from his mind.
Oh, I see.
The other day, it was so embarrassing. As usual, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. So at the very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It was quite a shock for everyone.
that again.
You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris?
That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson.
Aww.
I learned from his diaries that he's a doctor of medicine, you see? That's what prompted me to study so that I can earn a doctorate as well.
Iris' father, who went to some distant land, was a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. Oh no. I knew it.
Oh no.
It's clear from the beginning.
Oh no.
That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Yuma University. And the man who, in the most bizarre of circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. Miss Susato.
Yes?
Perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time.
I think that would be for the best.
I had a feeling that.
Oh. Oh.
Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you.
I
See,
still
the
love Sherlock with his coat off. It looks so
See,
good.
the moment we met Iris, I already put two and two together. I'm like, okay, it's only a matter of time before it's brought up in conversation. I'm like, it happened. I'm just like, oh no, of course that's gonna have to come up later at some point. Ugh. Ugh.
Mr. Jones!
Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you?
We've been with you for most of the day.
Goodness, really?
Do tell me, Mr. Jones, is your violin unscathed?
My violin? Whatever are you talking about, dear madam?
Oh!
Never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows.
Oh, another music practice.
No, not another disc, Mr. Sato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGilded's disc.
Oh,
Oh
what?
my!
Then, what's it doing here?
You know at times, Mr. Morohodo. I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept at larceny.
It's wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant. And Bruno could be our go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Right.
Susie has such beautiful handwriting. She could write all our menacing crime notifications.
What the?
I'd be delighted.
I'm just going to pretend that this conversation never happened, I think. I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? I thought Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard.
Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this.
Caramel, Mr. Jones.
Your one and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken.
If you will humor me, my dear fellows. Cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc.
For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not?
Yes, yes, you did, but I still don't understand.
It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, like this.
That's amazing. The disc and all its minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel.
Indeed, this caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting, the result of a precisely controlled solution.
Extraordinary. I burped in the middle of that sentence, so I
The stream
cut out.
The thing
Oh,
didn't
good.
pick it up, so you're good.
Yeah, I was not cutting out during that sentence. There was a burp in there.
Nice.
Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment.
Yes, it sounds illegal.
From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played.
Tell us then, Mr. Sholmes, what music does the disc play?
Well, unfortunately, I have no idea.
No idea.
None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows?
No, I'm afraid not.
Goodness, you don't know, Bruno?
Lesson time.
Inside a music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different note. The first music boxes to be invented used a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it.
Also, I just want to point out for a moment the music that's playing right now.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
Yeah. Music box remix is good.
But over time, a new type of player was produced, which uses discs such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe.
Exactly.
Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result.
It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present.
But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem.
What do you mean?
As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable.
Ah, I see. So that's why.
Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe.
Every single one?
I love just the dead silence for a moment.
It's Hurley for you, always taking things too far.
But, my dear girl, An unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution.
But surely all different types of in Europe will amount to huge volume of music boxes, won't it?
Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case. I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room.
What?
Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear again so soon.
Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Mr. McGilded perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still no. The omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash, not a shred of evidence remained. And with the man's death, the truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried.
You know, it makes me wonder about Von Zeeks. How the frick did he get his scar? I mean,
I don't know.
cool scar, but like, it's a weird place for a scar.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Interesting. Even though we successfully established Mr. McGilded's innocence in the trial,
Hey, excuse me. Those are my words. Now those are your words.
oh sorry. The
Sorry.
newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case.
The murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. And although Mr. McGilded was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not.
It would appear the case is not yet closed.
Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Junie will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris.
Oh, you must. Oh. Let me help you then.
Poor Susie, there's plenty to do.
I think I shall investigate the condition of my faithful performance partner. Now then, where did I leave it?
Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sloan. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker.
Yes, you may be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Winterbank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he?
Did he?
Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sloan's latest tale of all the otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe.
You've heard about that, did you? I expect you were incensed as I was.
Oh, yes. The idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Winterbank's storeroom, gathering dust.
My dear madame, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault.
What about your Stradivarius, Hurley?
It's a Stradivarius.
Stradivarius?
Yeah,
Huh.
Stradivarius.
What is that?
It's a
It's
tiny
a
it's a
violin.
type of violin.
Fair enough. Was that safe and secure?
Oh, no!
Oh,
I
no,
just
it
realized! I think I know what he locked up! Oh, no! Oh, I don't like this is where this is going, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
there may be the occasional mix-up.
Caused by a certain impotentious someone not too far from me now.
You have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskersville story, Hurley?
Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Baskervilles? I should love to read it.
Uh-oh. Things go silent.
Ah!
What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room?
Susie? What did you just say? You said the Hound of Baskersvilles. But how could you know the full title?
Well,
That's because Mr. Sada's such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Shlums, of course.
Bruno, the Hound of the Baskersville has never been published.
What?
When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand.
That's what he said, that he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript's at Windibanks?
And yet, how could Susie here know its title?
he's still Kimmy.
Well, Hurley, what's going on?
Ah,
What is it, Mr. Slums?
it would appear our guest has arrived.
God damn it! Miss Lestrade.
This was a bad idea. I knew I ruined Tomoko. I'm going.
No, wait, Miss Lestrade. We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is not good. Oh.
Oh yes! Just wait there, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie! Right.
It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please, make yourself at home.
Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Mendelssohn? I won't take no for an answer.
Meddlesome it is, then. Ah, kitty! Look at her! Oh!
Cute! Kitty!
That evening, Iris prepared us a meal that was even more delicious, ever more delicious than usual. Mr. Sloane's violin performance was in no way meddlesome, and Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night.
Oh my god, Gina.
That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it?
Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine.
And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sloane's violin even now.
Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's fate sniff hammer in court. Naruhodo-san, could I consult with you about something? I wonder.
What's the matter, Sasaki-san?
It's Above the telegram I received.
The one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose.
I've been summoned.
What? Summoned? What do you mean?
The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me.
The Lord Chief Justice? When?
Tomorrow morning.
What? Then we have to start preparing at once.
No, that won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone.
Alone? What on earth for?
I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow.
What's all this about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Go away, we're talking! Okay. Oh, who could that be, I wonder?
Evening, friends!
My God, Iris, does your music just follow you everywhere? Ah, Iris, hello again. Gina?
Gina, too.
So Junie's gonna stay with us tonight, and she's gonna sleep in with me? Isn't that right, Junie?
Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea. Oh my God, they're all so cute.
You know, I've learned so much today.
Oh. What in particular?
Those things Junie showed us. Wasn't it wonderful?
Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we?
I think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So what brings you up here to our humble quarters at this late hour?
You see, I came to return this.
Wait, what? That's mine!
Oh my. However, did you...
Told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
Oh yes, I've forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius.
So anyway, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though.
Ah, thank you.
Alright then, good night.
Yes, good night.
So this is your office, isn't it? What do you think, Ginny?
Fancy me chances with a oil. What lives in a place like this?
It's me too.
They're just insulting Naruhodo at this
It
point.
seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about.
I suppose. She probably wants to talk about the manuscript.
Yes, I suppose she probably does.
Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you?
Aren't you going to tell me?
I'm so sorry. I need a little more time. Please.
Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward.
Oh, no, not at all, Iris. Not at all. I don't know what all this about really, but it's a story you made up. Is it, Iris? This mantle script or whatever you call it.
Exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries.
Daddy's.
That's right. I don't suppose I've mentioned it to you before, Janine, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once. His partner. They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together.
Is that right, mister?
Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though.
And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened.
So where's your old man now then?
He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone for a very long time. So I've never really met him.
Oh, right.
Come to think of it. I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Iris, this Hound of Baskerville story, I take it that's another tale inspired by your father's accounts?
That's right, I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean.
Oh? How?
I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I've written it and showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I'd ever seen him like that.
Aww. Aww. Ow, my back. Aww.
Poor Iris.
Poor Iris.
And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windenbach, isn't it?
Yes. Hurley said it had to be somewhere very safe.
Really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child. It's mean. That's what it is. Keeping secrets like that.
I'm sure Mr. Slums isn't trying to be mean.
Eh.
If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own good. But he can't pull the wool over my eyes. Jones is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it.
What?
Right.
He's lying to me?
Eyes. Oh my god.
What are you hiding in the corner there for? I realize I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't got any. Never did have. Oh. Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we're born. Not even our moms.
Alright, well, I am looking at the clock. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to leave it right where Iris is looking all sad.
We're legit almost done.
Yeah,
We're legit almost done.
Ah, ah.
If you end it now, we're gonna start next stream, and then it's gonna go to like a to be continued. Really fast.
Ah.
Am I right, Kyle?
I'm going to warn you.
Yes, so far.
Okay, I'm going to warn you this, okay? In about 26 minutes, my computer is going to give a pop-up saying that's going to shut down in 10 minutes.
It should be. We should be done in 26 minutes.
Okay, fine, I'll give you that. If we're not done by that point, I'm stopping the stream before that time, okay?
That's fair. That's
Alright.
fair.
Alright, keep going, Gina.
But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah. Dive into my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pumpets. I can't speak. Blah. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it. Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I always thought it'd make everything right. But having listened to what Iris just said, sounds like having parents ain't always easy either. I mean, if you never had them, you don't feel like you're always wanting to meet them.
True. I do want to see Daddy so much.
Oh, Iris.
Oh, Iris. Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know Mr. Slums is lying to Iris?
Well, he reckons he popped that mental script or whatever, right? But come on! It's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. The story was really an old Winterberg storeroom. There's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other worlds, you could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, I sold it. Without telling you.
But Harley would never do something like that. I'm sure of it.
Grown-ups do a lot worse than that. Believe me. Barefaced liars, the lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that mantis group ain't at Winterbanks. You'd soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Shams is a liar like the rest of them.
If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometime.
See?
Oh, I don't mean I think he sold it. I mean, that sometimes I wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Which, even though it's wrong of me to doubt him,
Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris. I have a bad feeling about this.
oh my goodness, look at the time.
You see? Iris even agrees.
Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs.
Yeah. Alright.
And please don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you?
No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist.
Oh yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night then.
Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks like an adult, but deep down, she's still just a child.
Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too. Naruhodo-san.
Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris' father, but also the name of the murderer visiting professor at Yuma University. Can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. That's a long lot of ellipses. That voice. That's Mr. Slomes. What's going on? It's the middle of the night.
It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone.
Gina?
She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty.
She's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no?
I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Susato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now.
Over an hour? Oh.
If you'll indulge me, look out the window, my dear fellow.
What's this about? Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night? That's Mr. Winder. Oh, sorry.
I'll go. That's Mr. Winterbank's pawnbrokery.
Mr. Winterbags. Oh no.
It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry? Oh, no, not really.
Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once!
Ah, Mrs. Sato! Oh my god, 1:14 a.m. Okay, I'm leaving it here because that seems like a good place to stop.
No. No.
I'm just saving. Calm down, kids. Okay, the door to Windenbags. It's open.
And the lamp is burning.
Must be Gina, wasn't it?
Let us hope it's nothing more sinister.
What?
Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly, something is afoot inside.
Ooh. There's no one here.
Oh, yes. There is.
Mr. Sholmes! Sholmes!
What the? Has Slumps been shot?
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
But you're shot. How do you not sound injured?
After them. Go!
Right. Blast! I've lost them. Hello, hello, what we have here? The alarm was just made from this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Slumps. He's been shot. Shot? With the policeman close behind me, I ran back to Windenbags. Oh no, it's a cutscene.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Narado,
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry!
Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, she collapsed.
It's Gina!
Oh, that's not good.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay, now I can actually stop here.
Yeah, I can
Yes.
actually stop. You
Okay,
were
okay,
so
okay.
close that I was like, Andrew, please.
Oh, okay,
don't quit
okay.
quite yet.
Okay, okay, thank you. Okay, fine, fair enough. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, I don't care about the bang. I don't care about that. No, hurry up! I just want to get to the pause menu so I can quit. Hurry up! I want to get to pause. No!
There you go.
Okay, this went longer than I expected, but it's okay. I guess we're nearing
Worth
the
it?
end. Okay, fine. It was worth it, I guess.
Was it worth it, Andrew? Was it worth it?
Okay, fine. It was worth it. Fine. Okay, you win. Happy. All right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
tune in on Tuesday as we figure out what the hell's going on, because I don't know what the hell's going on. They clearly know what's going on. I'm feeling like
I
Gina.
I played this case today, so yeah.
I'm
I
feeling out
haven't
of the
finished
loop.
it, but I played this case today. I played
Okay.
half of it today.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm-
Oh no. I'm in the dark.
I'm
in the dark
confused.
about this. I'm in the dark about this.
That's why
You
I
know
told
what?
you to keep going. I was like, please, just wait
In-
until we get to the cutscene and then you can
You-
pause.
You know what? I'm feeling like Gina right here. You people are sus right now. You know more than I do. I feel like I'm in Iris's shoes right now. I have no idea what's going on.
She's just taking a nap, and the dude who's basically her dad got shot.
Well,
poor
you know what?
girl.
Well,
She's-
okay. Well,
Sherlock is basically Iris's dad, and she just got.
can we just can we just point out here right now that in the midst of all that, Iris is all alone next door, not knowing what's going on right now, and
I
asleep.
mean, she can also make smoke grenades, so...
But her father figure got shot.
Okay.
Well, her
fine,
father
fine.
figure got shot, and her current best friend is now probably going to be framed for murder.
Yeah.
All right. Fine. I'm not gonna say anything else other than that. I was gonna go somewhere else, but I'm like, nope. Okay, let's stop there. Anyway, tune in Tuesday. We'll find out what the hell's going on, because I don't know what the hell's going on. They clearly know what the hell's going on, but I don't, and nor does Cammy. So, yeah.
I'm just here for the ride.
Yeah.
Hey.
We're all here for we're both here for the ride. They're here because they know what the hell's going on.
They're here because they're little shits, yes.
Exactly. There you go.
I'm here to watch you suffer.
Yeah, Kyle, I
too,
can
Kyle.
forgive.
Go.
I can forgive
Too.
Kyle. He's done. Okay, he's done the game, so I don't have any. I have nothing against that. That's fine.
So Kaon is just the only one who's forgiven.
We're singling out Cameron
Ow.
because she decided to go ahead even after before the break. I made a promise that okay, we're gonna stop here so that way we can when we get back we're all on the same page. And then after one stream, she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go on ahead."
See, my whole reason and logic behind it is because I like watching people suffer.
Well, I
That's
mean, you
what
might
I
want to
don't-
explain your. Well, here's the thing. You probably want to explain to yourself, explain to us why you were not here when I did Danganronpa then, because I was suffering quite a bit when I was playing through that.
There, and you're doing Danganronpa because
Anyway, that's it for tonight. Good night. Goodbye, people. See you next week.
Bye, people.